stopped me dead in my tracks, absolutely flat. This sneaker, unbelievable. 800 plus videos for YouTube, consecutive days for more than 2 years, done a ton of videos, over 800 sneakers looked at. This is the one. I'm not kidding. This is the one. It's not a Jordan 1. It's not some rare sneaker, some collaboration with, you know, David Bowie or something ridiculous like that. It is a collaboration with Clot, but it's just everything about it really just took my breath away. I'm not kidding. Just stopped me stone dead. And I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about. Here is the insole, and you'll be looking on one of the insoles. There'll be a bunch of kanji, Chinese characters, up and down, running vertically across the insole. And then on the other insole, you'll have a small rectangle with a bunch of kanji in there, a bunch of Chinese characters in there. And then bang, here's the toe box. And it's translucent, looking right through. Absolutely unbelievable. I know that these first came out in 2006. That's where the Clot line started with Nike, and this is us taking it right back to the roots 14 years later. But I had never seen this shoe before. I'm absolutely astonished by it, by everything on it. And that feature, I mean, usually I'd keep a feature like that, the translucent toe box, until later in the video. Oh, there goes my iPad. But I'm not going to do that. I'm doing it straight off the bat, and we'll come back to it in a minute. But I just want to give you that taster, because that's just one tiny element on a completely top to bottom, front to back. Every single way you look at this shoe is absolutely perfect. It's incredible, and I'm thrilled to bring you today this look at the upcoming release of the Nike Air Max 1 Clot Kiss of Death. This is a Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel this.毎日アップするので毎日見てください. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And like I said, today's shoe stopped me dead in my tracks, absolutely flat. I was just like, unbelievable. Now, if it says Clot, if it's a sneaker and it says Clot, just accept it straight off the bat. This is going to be a great shoe. We've had the Air Jordan 1 Mid, which I just absolutely adored. It was a beautiful shoe. We've had the Air Jordan 13s from one of the very first videos I did for this channel back in 2018. And then recently the Air Jordan 14s, which were gorgeous, actually 14 low. If it says Clot, buy it. Just don't even think about it. You don't have to look at it. Just look at the title, Nike Clot. Okay, we're done. I'm just going to buy it because it's beautiful, amazing shoe. And then we've got these guys taking it right to the next level. Honestly, I could gush about it and just talk about how much I love the shoe without actually showing you any of the details, but we're not going to do that. We're going to get into it and look at the details as well. And then I'll get back to gushing about it later, because I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I'm in love with these shoes. I'm really disappointed about how rare the drop is going to be on these guys, because it's select retailers, as far as I know. That's what I'm hearing on February 27th, I think it is. You know, I'm in love with this shoe so much that the video I have planned for today, I've bumped it back. It's all ready to go. It's already up on YouTube. It's already scheduled to go Sunday night at 7 p.m. I'm going to bump it to Monday and put this one in its place, because it's just such a great shoe. February 27th, and this video I think is going up on something like February 21st or something like that. Bit too close to this drop date for my liking. Usually I'm 10 days to 2 weeks before the drop dates. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get in and have a look at this shoe. Now, I said about that translucent toe box, I totally didn't believe it. I was like, it must be some kind of, like, you know, they're exaggerating, you know, there'll be one little tiny window on there somewhere. And then I already showed you that insole, and then how you know, you can see by looking at the insole and then looking straight down on top of the toe box that it is completely translucent. But then there's also this view here. And honestly, I was just like, I was giddy like a kid at Christmas. I was looking at it, I'm just like, man, that's not possible. Yet it is right there. And it's just that view in particular, looking in sort of on the angle and then through to the insole, really gives you a sense of that translucence and what that window in the toe box looks like, with the air holes, the ventilation holes on there. And it's like, yeah, just Clot and Nike Air Max, just well done, just brilliant, fabulous. So that's that see-through element, but there's a whole lot more going on here as well. Let's go back to the swooshes, which are in this beautiful sort of burgundy red, and hopefully along the way what you're seeing is some really premium materials. It's a kind of sandy, deserty color to the upper end of the shoe, and there's a beautiful suede that runs through all of that. But then also when you get towards the back of the shoe, some really premium leathers going on, that premium swoosh, and then premium materials on the heel as well. So it's just a great look all the way through the back of the shoe too. And then you get to the heel, and it's like, man, that's beautiful. It really, Clot is a Chinese company, and this really is a fashion house out of, I think, out of Hong Kong, if I remember rightly. And you see on the back end of the shoe, you've got that branding in the circle in the middle, and then this beautiful embroidery that runs out the side that says Chinese heritage all over. And I was like taken by that. I was thinking, oh, that's really, really beautiful. And then my eyes went up a little bit higher to the top end of the heel, and I was like, man, look at those materials on there. Absolutely like top end materials. And then I was like, whoa, hold on a minute, look past that and into the back end of the tongue, and there's some more Clot branding on there. Are you absolutely kidding me? These are fire. Everywhere you look at this shoe, it's just incredible, and you're like, amazing. The top end of it, beautiful materials, crazy translucent, amazing Clot branding all over the place. Oh, hold on a minute, I haven't talked about the outsole. That's a boring place to look. Here's the outsole. Are you absolutely kidding? Are you absolutely kidding? It doesn't make any sense that they'd put all of this into one shoe. You could put any one of these things in, like you could have 5 different shoes with just one thing. Translucent toe box, that's it, nothing else. Then a different shoe, crazy wild outsole, midsole unit, translucence, colour and everything. That's all you need done. Clot branding in great interesting places on the shoe. Perfect, that's another shoe. The whole Chinese motif on the back end, on the heel, the quality materials, all of these things could be one individual shoe, but instead of doing that, they just cram them all into this and make the perfect shoe. I'm absolutely in love with these guys. They're amazing. And going back to that outsole there, I'm losing track because I'm so the translucent outsole looks right the way through to this insanely multicolored midsole on the shoe, and the midsole itself in that sort of, it's almost a peachy clay feel, and I love that about Clot. Often you see that with their Clot shoes. You didn't see it with the Air Jordan 1 mids, but that's a whole different story. But things like the Jordan 13s and the 14s, a lot about that ceramic feel to the shoe, and when you take clay out of the ground, it's that red kind of earthy feel, and then you fire it in a kiln and it turns out that more tan base feel to it. Now, that play, you know, on Chinese ceramics and Chinese, I don't know what you'd call it, like clay modeling or something. It's a really beautiful part of the shoe, a beautiful story that runs through all of the Clot shoes and all of the Clot collaborations that have been with the Nike line, Jordan and otherwise. So I think I've covered it all. Is that everything in the shoe? You know, I didn't really get a good look at because I was just too busy gushing over the rest of the shoe. Was the tongues? But I wouldn't be surprised if there's something interesting in the tongue, and I can't tell you what it is, but I can show you because I'll jump it up here on the green screen here, and we'll have a look at the tongues. For all I know, it's very simple Air Max 1 branding, or it could be something very unique, and so, you know, I would assume so. Same with the insoles. I don't remember what the insoles look like, but you know, this view here will be giving you a view of both the tongues and the insoles on there. But you know, I'm just absolutely amazed by this shoe. It's everything I want in this shoe. It's kind of I don't think I'd wear them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking at this and thinking, man, that's a great shoe that I'd like to have sitting at my front door to wear, you know, going out. That's not the thing. It's like a work of art. You know, I would never wear these. I'd put them on a shelf on display somewhere. You know, they're not a shoe that I don't think I could wear. Man, how sad would I be the first time I wore them and then creased that beautiful translucent toe box and, you know, put some damage in there. I'd be like, no, this is, you know, a work of art. It's not to be worn. Sorry, Nike. Sorry, Clot. I'm sure you probably want people to put these on feet and walk around in them. But if I get them, and I'm seriously, you know, that's an if I get them, not like if I could get them. I'm going for these. I'm going for these hard. But if I get them, they're not going on my feet. I'm sorry. And if that offends people out there, I apologize. But these are not, to me, a shoe for wearing. And usually, you know, that's what I talk about, you know, with the channel, is shoes that you wear and whether or not I think they're cool or not in that kind of department. But every so often a shoe like this comes along and I'm just like, that's a sculpture. That's a piece of art. And it's absolutely perfect. It really fits my eye. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Maybe you didn't know about it. Maybe you did. Maybe you knew about those 2006 ones that came out first, the very first Clot tie-up with Nike. I didn't, you know, and that's why maybe it's such a surprise to me, as I'm so happy with the shoe, is because it's so new to me, whereas other people are like, you know, that's old news. What are you talking about, butter? But maybe not. Maybe you looked at this and you were like, man alive, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Hopefully that's true. Hopefully you'll drop me some comments down below and tell me what you think of the shoe. But for me, it was a pleasure, an absolute pleasure, a joy today to talk about this shoe. This 10 minutes brought me joy to talk about this show. I love it so much, and I'm grateful that I get to then share that with the tens of viewers out there who are going to watch this video. So thank you guys for checking in. Hope you appreciate it, and I'll finish the video up the same way I finish every single video up, by saying that I do this every single day, and that means you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.